There is a lie that existence has told you since the day you were born, or at least a partial lie. Do you really experience the world directly through those water-filled pool balls you call eyes? Not really. There are multiple elements that make up what you perceive around you. Through light bouncing off surfaces, through sound vibrating through the air, through space, distance, shapes, shadows. Before a thought even begins to develop in your mind about anything in the world, your environment has already decided how you feel about it. And once you understand that, you start to realize something unsettling. Every religion in this world has one thing in common. Some things, or something, has created reality. Every particle, every element, every thought and feeling was orchestrated by something. What I'm trying to get at is that we're all in a simulation. But if we're all in some weird biological simulation, that would mean reality in video games aren't as different as we think. Hi there, I'm Anpu, and this is Shadow. He's a longtime subscriber of mine that pops in and out of our Discord from time to time. Whenever he's gone, I imagine he's eliminating emerging evils alone while chilling with some Latina baddies, as Shadow does. But when he comes back, he drops this in the art channel. We like to believe we see the world as it is, but humans and other organic life don't experience objective reality. We experience a filtered reality. A quiet room feels larger than it actually is. A dark alley feels longer than it measures. A childhood bedroom feels smaller when you return to it as an adult. A sky feels like a work of art constantly revealing new meaning. The environment never changed, you did. And I think people like Shadow understand that and at a fundamental level see the art in that, as do I. Your brain is constantly interpreting space based on context. Your past experiences, your emotions, your expectations. Meaning isn't embedded in the world itself, but created in the space between the world and the observer. The environment becomes a kind of language that we're all fluent in without ever being taught. This biological simulation is like an invisible force, okay? It keeps tapping into the fabric of reality. Think about how easily your mood shifts based on things outside of your POV. Like through sight and sound, people can literally manipulate any emotion. I'll show you. Watch this, right? With the snap of my fingers, you're sad now. All right, check this out. Now you're adventurous. All right, now you're going under, you're going crazy, you're going far. There's no height that you can't reach. Now you're in the best mood. You're just happy. It's a happy day, you're cheery. It's nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Your environment is always shaping your behavior, nudging your emotions, and suggesting how you should move, feel, and exist. And most of the time, we just don't realize it's ever happening. And even more so, if you really think about it, depriving yourself of these sensory details can literally kill a person. Do you want to die? No? Go outside! That's just how the human mind survives the insurmountable complexity of whatever the hell this all is, I guess. Now here's the interesting part that compelled me to make this video. Long before video games, humans were always creating artificial environments. We were supposed to be in like caves or sticks, brother. Think about the haunting holiness of the cathedrals or a temple designed to make you feel like you're in the presence of some divinity beyond your comprehension. Cities designed to enforce order and human efficiency and human interactions. Homes designed for comfort or status. Every space intentional. Every environment a message. I love architecture. I think you can tell by now. And not gonna lie, on a side note, if you like architecture as well, and your feet is a little dry, like me, as always, I'll slide in a little Anpu recommendation again. Demi Lee, she's awesome. And their team is awesome, a bunch of cool VFX and all this architecture stuff. If you like it, I love their videos. Thank me later, okay, bro? This wasn't even supposed to go, and I'm just saying this off the dome. My heart feels like this. Even in literature and myth, humans have used imagination to construct places in your mind based on symbols we call letters. We put them together, we call it a story. We put it in a sandwich, we call it a book. Video games didn't invent artificial worlds. They just made them interactive. Why do games feel so real? How is it so easy for them to convince us that something that's been fabricated and that's fake is all real and not a lie? When you step into a game world, your brain doesn't automatically warn you about how fake it is or give you that uncanny feeling. I mean, sometimes it does, but then it kind of adds to the environment and adds to the element most times. The game world basically gives gives you the rules of the environment, which you are already used to because your brain has done this before every single day of your life. Different elements of that game can add to the overall feel of the environment and actually heighten the experience tenfold. Fog is something that really stands out to me in video games because of how it makes everything feel so mysterious so easily. A foggy valley in a game triggers the same instincts as like a foggy road in real life, and a vast open plain creates the same feeling of exposure and freedom that a plane in real life can do as well. You don't need realism to create an environment that actually feels alive. You just need the right amount of consistency. As long as the environment behaves logically, your brain will accept it. This is why it's possible for stylized games to feel more immersive than hyper-realistic ones. They're not trying to copy the exact reality to the exact detail, how it is IRL here in the real world. They're trying to communicate with human perception to trick the brain into accepting a different reality, just like what your imagination has been doing since the day you entered into this simulation. But as you guys could already tell by now, and like all of the talking in this video and all these weird analogies that I've been using, I'm a real big fan of storytelling and philosophy. And one of the most powerful tools in both philosophy, game design, and all the storytelling you will experience in your day-to-day life, it's absence. Just the silence, the empty space, the void, the stillness of life. When nothing is happening, things get way more fun because your mind has to fill the gap. A lonely landscape doesn't just show emptiness, it invites reflection. This is why Minecraft and any game where you have to sit there and think too much makes you start to realize the different things in your life you probably wouldn't have without that silence or that reflection taking place. This is where the phrase "more is less" comes from. The haunting void of your mind can't sit on its own. It has to fill the gap. Meaning emerges from what's not shown, but what's from implied. Just like in life. That's why it sucks. We're just starting to realize that we can create literal dimensions for ourselves to basically talk to cameras. Yes, I think too much about these things, and that's what makes being conscious so fun. So I'll pry a little bit more. Here's a question. Are we actors in this world? Or are we just observers interpreting it? It seems that games just blur that line. You move through the environments, yes, but you're also constantly reading them. You're interpreting danger, you're searching for safety, and you're looking for meaning in places that I don't think the devs really chose or meant for people to look for meaning in. The controller gives you agency and a direct link to your motor function and movement, but the environment gives you understanding. And in that sense, games mirror human existence. We don't control the world we're born into. We just learn how to navigate it. Listen, you don't remember every mechanic of your favorite games, alright? No, unless you're Ash. But you remember how it felt. The loneliness, the wonder, the tension, those feelings don't just come from systems alone. They come from environments designed to resonate with human perception. And a lot of devs actually take the time to actually try to tell a story from a new lens that you probably can't find anywhere else. This is why video games is a media that needs to be preserved. But that's another topic for another day. The games that stay with us aren't just played, they're experienced. These are experiences, not just games. Alright, so instead of making this video super long and too philosophical, because I do love to think about things all the time, I've mentioned that like 17 times in this video, maybe games aren't just an escape from reality. Maybe they're a reflection of it, one longed for by the devs and the players, or a highlight of the parts in reality that we see as art. We try so desperately to recreate it as best as we can. It's just a reminder that we're always shaped by the spaces we inhabit, whether it's physical or digital, or a story, or in your mind. And the next time a game world feels alive, just ask yourself why. Because the environment isn't just a setting, it's a conversation between the world and the human experiencing it. And let's be honest, if you're gonna be spending so much time in the video games anyway, you cave dwellers, go outside, you cave dwellers. Might as well take some meaning from it and actually reflect on it. Hi Ascended folk, thanks for watching this far. This crap takes too long to make, but it's fun writing these scripts and editing. Thanks Shadow for all the cool pics. I've been itching to talk about that realm of art for a while, so I'm glad I got to. Some of the music in the background was made by me, so maybe visit my other channel to listen to that. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but I do work on covers outside of Undertale and all the games that I play because it's just how I relax. So I'm, excited to kind of share some of those with you. Anyways, I hunger! Please feed me pizza. Like equals pizza. Don't believe me? Look at the Discord, okay? Look at the Discord, look in the food channel. If you don't believe that pizza equal like and like equal pizza, then please feed me. Hey! Okay, I'm sorry. I love you and thank you. And always remember to move forward and aim high so that you may touch the heavens, my friends. That should be sorry.